Are talking about the troubled path of the Olympic torch, whether the protests are right or wrong, whether they will succeed or fail. Some of the most intense debate is among North Americans who have family ties to China. Andrea Chun is host of a Chinese language radio show in Toronto and joins us now. I gather your phone's been ringing off the hook, so give us a range of the kind of opinion that's being expressed.
There's a wide range, Nancy. They really lighted up the lines, and I think the pride of Beijing hosting the Olympics is shared by most, if not all. However, there is a wide spectrum as to how they feel about the protesters with the torch relay. There's, on one hand, they're really upset with the protesters. They think they're spoiling the party.
Right.
This is not the right forum. There's violence, and they really should not have done all of that. On the other hand of the spectrum, there are those who feel that, hey, they're just expressing their views. This is a free country. They are allowed to do that, and they should be allowed to do that. And there's those in the middle, and they feel that, yes, China has poor human rights record, but give it time. China will get better, and just let it go. This time it's not the right forum. But you know, you have the right to demonstrate, but don't overdo it.
Right. So generally speaking, is anyone calling in and saying, you know what, China's not ready to host the Games. Given the human rights record, it's not a good thing for the Games to come to Beijing? Or do most people agree on that point? That
they all agree. I have never heard a call that says, no, China shouldn't have hosted it and that the IOC should not have given the rights to China. Actually, I haven't had that call.
And so what about concerns of all this public talk about boycotting either the Games or the opening ceremonies? Do people have strong opinions about that?
They do, and absolutely most of them feel that they should not boycott the Olympics and that it's not the right forum. They want the Olympics to go ahead. And I think the opening ceremony itself is also a bit of a controversy, because I did throw the question out whether Prime Minister Harper has indicated he is not going to attend the opening ceremony, whether that is going to be any indication, does it have any implication. And some of them feel that it's just a further indication of the cool relations between China and Canada.
So if we can go back to the kind of reaction you're hearing regarding the protests that we've seen in Paris and London and likely to happen tomorrow in San Francisco. We're told, of course, that you know, when a relay run is turned into a debacle like it has, that it becomes hugely embarrassing for Chinese authorities. Do people have views about the kind of embarrassment, the sense of shame that is brought on the country as a result of reducing this into a kind of confrontational experience?
Yes, some of them feel that you should not really mix politics with sports, and that this is China's coming-of-age party. It's China's showcase to the world this year, and really they do feel that they're very unhappy, they're very upset, they're very passionate. They've been calling, and I can only take so many calls, and they've been really calling to say, look, this is not something that should be happening. And there's also that other view that the Western media is biased, which is shared by many of my callers.
And is anybody also expressing concern that the kind of protests and public attention given to China's human rights record could actually prompt another series of crackdowns in Tibet?
Well, it's interesting you brought that up, because many of my callers actually do think the Tibet issue is a law and order issue, as stated by the Chinese authorities. And they feel that a lot of the pictures coming out of that, we've seen looting, we've seen fires set to buildings, and we've seen lives being hurt or killed, people being killed. So they feel that, yes, there have been demonstrations, but they're not sure whether the peaceful demonstrations preceded the violence or whether there's always been violence. So they're pretty divided on that issue. And there's also this question of whether we should mix Tibet up with the Olympics. Those are two separate issues. The human rights in China has always been an issue we all know about, whereas 2008 is a showcase for Beijing, and therefore why don't we just go along with this party? And that, I think, it's a lot of the opinions that have been expressed so far, that don't mix the two up.
Very interesting. Andrea, great to talk to you. Thanks so much for this.
Same here.
Well, we know the economy is looking a bit pinched in some places, and if you're thinking of starting an austerity